All right, folks, welcome to the zone. Manchester United 3, Chelsea 4. And look, these idiots, these fucking buffoons, morons, clowns, unprofessional donkeys need to be called out, mate. And the manager. The manager, mate, I have had it up to here with him, and I genuinely don't understand some of the stuff I read online. So I'm just going to give my opinion. And if there's anyone out there on YouTube that has a different opinion, put it in the comments below, change my mind, whatever, but I'm just going to say what I think. I don't rate Dalot, not because of this mistake, which shouldn't have been a penalty, but what bugs me is, to me, he's a bang average right back that makes consistent mistakes, evident in the Champions League, evident throughout his Manchester United career, and yet because occasionally against a low-level club he does a bit of a shimmy and a pass and he progresses the ball in midfield, he's deemed as kind of an irreplaceable right back, and oh, don't worry, we've got that position on lockdown. Now, Dalot is not the worst player in this Manchester United team, do not get me wrong, but he is the antithesis of the Manchester United fans at the moment. Someone does something average, someone does something less than crap, and all of a sudden irreplaceable star boy can't ever knock them. He wasn't good this game. He was not good at all this game. And part of that, a large part of that, is down to the dude on the touchline who has no concept of football. I feel like I genuinely am lost with what I'm watching. I've watched Man United now for 30 years and I have no idea what I'm seeing. I am seeing basketball football. I am seeing 28 shots a game put on the team, and then him coming out and saying, yeah, we're playing really, really good. We're having great control. 57% possession, Chelsea, 28 shots, 11 on target, 12 corners. How is that any form of control? So here's how the Manchester United fans are going. What they say is, the players are useless, therefore what can he do? He's got useless players. On the one hand, on paper it sounds sensible, doesn't it? Yeah, if you've got Pep Guardiola managing Accrington Stanley, he's not going to win the Champions League. He's not going to progress them up the football ladder, and no, he's going to have to buy some players at some point, right? But the basics, what is he doing? Like, to me, we're constantly conceding cutbacks. Have you seen anything this season to stop that open midfield? No. Oh, but the players are bad. Scott McTominay's bad. Casemiro's washed. It doesn't matter. You can get a team to play compact and still be attacking. Look at the smaller clubs. Do you think the smaller clubs have perfect players in every position? No, but they work on stuff. When I'm seeing this Manchester United side, I'm seeing very, very simple stuff that doesn't make sense to me. When the game started, here's what I thought immediately. That's strange. Cole Palmer's the best player in form in the Premier League at the moment, probably in form at this game. He's arguably up there with Foden as most informed player. So, what do we normally do? Oh, we've locked down Salah by putting on Wan-Bissaka, but it didn't quite work because Rashford didn't track back enough. So we need a defensively strong right-hand side to work for the Cole Palmer threat. Why has he got Dalot at left back? Dalot is an average right back, occasionally plays well at left back, but just had a stinker against Brentford. And he puts him at left back again, and he's been cooked the entire game. Completely cooked the entire game. Why is Wan-Bissaka not out there with a defensive right back helping out shore up that side? Fans these days seem to think that defending is negative and that every team wants to be Manchester City against Arsenal, there was about 20 centre-backs on the pitch, right? I'm being facetious, but there was about 20 centre-backs on the pitch because they know they have to stop the threats, right? We're not stopping any threats. We're just having this basketball game back and forth, back and forth. We faced 81 shots in March across 3 games and another 28 shots here. Is that the players? If you were managing your 5-a-side team and you had some bloke that every time he got the ball, he just hoofed it up into the roof, that's all he ever did, at some point you might say, wow, he's a rubbish player. And then at some point you might say, yeah, probably going to have to tell him to stop doing that. Yes, these are professional players, but they are being coached, right? Look at Jack. I want you to give an example of Pep Guardiola, right? Look at Jack Grealish at Villa. If he comes to Man U, he just plays in that exact way. Trouble, he just runs all over the pitch, doing whatever. At Man City, he plays an entirely different role. Now, do you think that's because Jack Grealish is a professional and is just switched on and has decided that he's going to change his game to suit the City style, or has it just been drilled into him? When that corner comes in that last second, I'll talk about the pens and the final goal, but when the winning goal happens, Dalot bombs up the pitch. Now, you could say, Dalot's an idiot, why has he done that? Or you could say, why is it not ingrained in him to not do that? When the corner happens, I want you to imagine you're playing for Manchester United and you're playing against, let's say, Liverpool. You're thinking, where's Salah? Right? It's the last second, where's Salah? Has somebody got Salah? When you're playing Chelsea, where's Cole Palmer? It doesn't matter who it is, Mason Mount, Bruno, Maguire. It doesn't matter literally who it is on that pitch. Someone on that pitch has to think, where's Cole Palmer? Nobody does. So you could say, oh, crap players. Or you could say, why is it not drilled into the players? It is just as much as the manager's fault as it is the player's fault at this point. The manager is literally conceding 30 shots every single game. Brentford had 80 touches in our box. Do you think that is because our players are so tragically bad that they cannot follow his system and they're just utterly, utterly useless? Now, I'm not saying the players are good, because the players are not good. But put it this way. Let's do a ridiculous example. Let's say you got Big Sam, and Big Sam comes in and he just wants to sit back and hoof it. I reckon our players could sit back and hoof it. I reckon if Pep Guardiola came in and tried to get them playing more possession and a bit more structurally sound, they'd have a go at it. The problem is, what is Ten Hag asking these players to do? Because I actually think they are doing what he's asking to do. My opinion of football players is very different to other people. A lot of people, they say, oh, football players are stupid. They can't follow instruction. I think they do follow instruction down to the T, and that's why managers get sacked, because they're actually following the instruction of the manager. Look at Jack Grealish. Hardly comes across as the brightest spark in the box. Entirely different player than he was at Villa, because he's listening to the instruction. This match is the perfect match to sum up Manchester United. The only reason we were even 3-2 in front, I want people to realise this, is because Chelsea are shit. Chelsea are shit. They are not the Chelsea of old, top of the league, winning Champions Leagues, no. Chelsea are awful, and that is the reason we were able to come back, because of their horrific defending and manager. When the game levels up, there's a bit of craziness in basketball, football. Nobody's trying to slow it down. We're not keeping the ball. We go 3-2 up, and it still carries on the craziness, because Ten Hag seems to enjoy it. He's not trying to have any control. Mason Mount comes on and has a really good cameo. And I've seen people on the United stand saying, oh, he was giving the ball 1-2, lovely first time passes to Bruno. And Bruno's just trying to hit the hero ball immediately, or nobody can keep hold of the ball. Mount is so much better. Or maybe Mount just hasn't been indoctrinated quite into the Ten Hag style yet, because to be honest, if there was a different manager, I don't think Bruno would be hitting those hero balls constantly. I don't think we'd be immediately giving the ball away. There seems to just be no accountability. Now, I am not saying that if you just change the manager, we go and win the league, because the players aren't good enough to win the league. But the players are a damn sight better than being pummeled every single match. And then having the manager come out and say, oh, I think we had controlled the game really well and we played fantastically. This match was literally what it was. It was two horrific squads going toe-to-toe, just running up and down with no strategy. They've only really got one competent player, Chelsea, and it's probably Cole Palmer, really. And yet, we didn't lock him down. We didn't even try to man-mark him. We didn't even put two people on him. Remember that Chelsea game where Eden Hazard just man-marked the hell out of Ander Herrera man-marked the hell out of Eden Hazard, and I think Matic followed him around as well, and it stopped him. It's seen as like a bad thing to like defend a good player now. We were awful. Chelsea were awful. Don't let that take this away. Against a proper club, we wouldn't even be talking about... This is the thing that I don't understand about the fans. The fans are going on about how we threw away a win. We only threw away a win because Chelsea are so shit that they even let us back into the game. A proper team is not going 2-0 up at home and capitulating to let 3 in. It's not happening. That's why we got stuffed in the Champions League. When we talk about Onana, you've got like Beth on the United stand saying he only let 1 goal in, so we lost by 2, so it's not his fault. He couldn't have saved the penalties; they were perfect. The game is a very tactical. It's a very expensive, difficult game. Cole Palmer has taken all of his penalties to the right and middle. He dived left twice. Is he going to have saved it? Probably not, because the penalties were perfect. But he's not doing the basics. And every single shot on target that is low and hard is going in. He's diving over the ball or he's diving too late. And what people never factor in is capitulation and mentality. When Chelsea go 2-0 down, go 2-0 up and then let 2 in, they've capitulated, and that's why we go 3-2 up. When he lets in another howler of a goal, it demotivates the whole squad. You think, oh God, now we've got to score 2, now we've got to score... You know what I mean? Stopping your little mistakes, if each person stops their little mistake, it all adds up. Saying, oh, well, it doesn't matter that Onana let a goal in, because it didn't affect the game. Oh, it doesn't matter that there was 2 cheated penalties, because if we'd have marked Cole Palmer at the end, we'd have drawn. It doesn't matter. All the things add up. Now, the penalty... The first one, I think, is a penalty, to be completely honest. It's not a penalty, but in the current state of the game, it's the standard goes wrong side, potentially clips him, brings him down. Now, the second one is not a penalty, but the moment Dalot gets beaten, he's outside of the box, he should have cropped him down. Or he shepherds him out to the line. He doesn't, he panics, he tries to run, he falls on him, and he gives away a pen. And look, it's a nonsense pen. It's complete nonsense, but he's given it. So then at 3-3, what he's thinking is, I need to run up the end of the pitch and rectify this. This is, people are asking, why has he done it? Why has he ran up there? He's running up there to try rectify his mistake. But there's mistakes all over the pitch. The mistake of putting on Rashford, who doesn't run. The mistake of playing basketball, football up and down the entire season and wondering why people get injured. Just look at them, right? Honestly, you'll laugh. Watch the game and watch Johnny Evans come on and watch the state of the game until he gets taken off. It's literally non-stop. There's no wonder we're getting injuries. Bruno Fernandes, I keep saying this. Bruno Fernandes, one day somebody will do it. They will write down every single horrific mistake that he has done, and every single sort of horrific result that we've had, and he'll be a part of it. He is the one consistent. He's constantly in every single fiesta of a game because he has no mentality. If you doubt me, we lost 6-1 to Spurs, and he said in the post-match, oh, you failed to score a goal, and he went, oh, does my penalty not count because it's a penalty? He's not even thinking about the loss. He's thinking about his own stats and his own... Look, he's the captain of the club. He's a horrific captain. He's the worst captain we've ever had for Manchester United. If you want to disagree, you can disagree, but I'm right. You'll be blue in the face because every single whopping loss we've ever had is him at the forefront, doing nothing to contribute. He's moaning, he's rolling around, he's not inspirational. He doesn't think, shit, it's 3-3 we've fucked this game up. Where's Cole Palmer? Let me defend him. He's pointing. Somebody else pick him up. Just one day somebody will write down all of the horrific defeats and banter moments like tonight and realise that Bruno Fernandes is involved in a hell of a lot of them. And who made him captain? Ten Hag. And Rashford can't be fucking arsed. And who handed him a new contract? Probably the club, but also, he keeps backing him, doesn't he? He keeps playing him. He says I want you to think about this. If you think I'm delusional or mad or whatever or angry, this is the post-game quote from Ten Hag. We play a brilliant game, dominating. The organisation was good. 30 shots faced. What was it, 12, 13 corners or something? I've forgotten. We now play Liverpool. We're going to be thumped by Liverpool again. And people are saying, oh, don't bring in Southgate. No, don't bring in Southgate. He'll back Rashford. Or these players are better than what we're serving up. 81 shots and another 28 shots here. In 4 games, I think we've faced basically 109 shots. How is that possibly sustainable? How can you sit there as a manager and think, right, we've faced 109 shots, let's not do anything? And by the way, Ten Hag can do it. I'm not trying to say Ten Hag is a complete idiot or something. Remember when we played Liverpool and we just shut the whole game down and it was like 0-0 or whatever it was, and they said only one team came to play? When we go 3-2 up, why are we not instilling that tactic? When we're in the Champions League and we were going 2-0 up, why are we capitulating we can't hold a lead because he has very little clue how to do it. And if you think it is just delusion that I'm saying that, where did Ten Hag come from? Ajax. What did they do famously in the Champions League? Capitulate to Spurs and lose a lead. People seem to be forgetting this is what he does. He can't hold on to a lead. We are awful. He's probably not the man to take us forward. And the set of players we've got, he's not helping himself by picking them. Onana, at some point, needed to be benched. He wasn't. Rashford shouldn't be playing at this point. Casemiro's had stinkers of games and he's still playing. Bruno Fernandes is playing terribly. He's still playing. You're putting Dalot at left back. Like, you're wondering, oh, it's a cursed manager. He's just got so many injuries. Well, you know, what can he do? The reason we have so many injuries is his idiotic style of football. I'm not even annoyed at the loss. The points mean nothing. I genuinely don't care if we finish in top 4 or not. Because to me, we're not winning the Champions League anyway. Being in the Champions League don't mean anything. These modern fans, they think that getting in the Champions League means something if you genuinely think you can win it. Playing a few group games and then getting knocked out by the first semi-competent team you come up against is not something that's enjoyable. We're not in a title race. We haven't been in a title race in 10 years. Our players are awful. And I have no idea what this manager is doing. And yet people will be saying, oh, Dalot's really, really good. Bruno's really, really good. We can build a team around him. I hope Varane doesn't leave. Selling Varane would be the biggest. He can't even stay fit. Like, just